Hey folks, Nick Stoll here with Stoll's Outdoor. Today, a topic I want to cover a little bit is ferro rods. Okay, this one was made for me by a very good friend of mine by the name of Jeff Allen, and he has a Facebook page called Allen Antler Arts. Okay, he does these ferro rods, knives, and other things also. But this was a gift to me. The handle on it is a stabilized bog oak. Did a very beautiful job on it. Okay, it's got a little rubber tensioner on it. It looks like it's got copper tubing through it. Okay, so really nice handy ferro rod. I've tried it a few times. What I really like about this one, it fits perfectly to my knife sheath like this. It's not too big, not too small. Okay, grip on it's really nice. Okay, hang on to and strike it with whatever you want to use, whether you want to use a light my fire striker or the back edge of your knife, whatever you use. But one thing I want to cover with you today is ferro rods, and I love this thing. This is a perfect size to carry in your knife or things like that. I will be 100% honest with you. This is probably the smallest ferro rod I'd want to carry with me on a daily basis. Okay, and I'll show you why in just a second. I know there's ferro rods you can get that are really small and they hang on your keychains, things like that. Excuse me. Those are what I'd call emergency ferro rods for when your vehicle breaks down or something, or you've got one in your pocket or in your kit or whatever. Those are not what I'd call a bushcraft or a woodcrafting type ferro rod where you go out and practice. This is my old ferro rod. I've had this one for about 4 years now, and you can see it started out as a 3/8 inch ferro rod by 6 inch. It's got about an inch of it into the handle here that I epoxied in with just some JB weld. Okay, and it used to ride in this knife sheath, and also, but it's been riding in knife sheath for my Rat 5. Okay, you guys have all seen my Rat 5 homemade knife sheath, and it fits in there most of the time. Now this is what I'd call your woodcrafting, bushcrafting, whatever you choose to call it, type ferro rod when you're out practicing your skills, because you're not going to wear this thing out real fast, because it's going to last you a long time practicing, okay, practicing making your fires in wet weather conditions, all that stuff. This is good for that, because you know, when you're out there practicing, seeing what tenders work, what tenders don't work, practicing in wet weather conditions, things like that, you've got a lot of ferro rod to use here. Okay, that's my opinion on that. You don't want one of those little teeny tiny ones that you're going to wear out, you know, in a week camping. You want something big that you can get a lot of metal off of, a lot of sparks from, start a lot of fires from. Okay, another ferro rod that I got in trade, okay, by a man named Kurt. He makes these wonderful thick ferro rods. It's about a 1/2 inch diameter ferro rod. I'm going to say it was probably a 5 inch, and I believe he got this from the same company that does Gobspark ferro rods, and those are excellent quality ferro rods. Big old leather lanyard, and firesteel.com striker for it. This is a nice ferro rod here. Okay, you guys see that? I'm not even pushing that hard really. I'm just 2 fingers. Okay. Okay, I mean I can work that over. Okay. And this I can shave a lot of sparks off of, and say I have wet weather, I can just take this sharp edge and just slowly scrape this thing off and get a pile of this pyrophoric material, this magnesium, all the other stuff that are in these, and get a pile of it on some wet tinder that I need to strike and fire up, you know, marginal tinders, things like that. And then you got a better chance of getting it to ignite. And you got a pile of the dust off of here that you're just slowly scraping off, and then you'll light that up. He makes these with these big, heavy fat wood handles on them, and I haven't wanted to carve this up yet, you know, just because it is nice, and I'll be saving that for an emergency, so to speak. But you know, he really does a good job on these, and he's not skimpy at all with his fat wood on these handles. Just not skimpy at all. He really did a good job. So Brother Kurt, thank you for this. This is awesome. But going back to what I said about, you know, more of a bushcraft, woodcraft ferro rod to practice your skills with. And I've done many fires with this thing. All my fires in the videos where I've lit them with a ferro rod have been with this one, and this one's got many more. It's got many more fires left in it, okay? Anyway, having said that, you know, this one here will definitely, this one's got a lot of fires in it. This one's got, you know, this one's got a lot of fires in it. But like I said, this is probably the smallest one I'd want to carry with me for a camping trip or things like that. And he was really generous with this. And this is a good thick ferro rod. I don't think it's quite 3/8, but it is over 1/4. Okay, good sparks off of that. Good sparks off of that one. Okay, let's light a fire. And just to show you what I'm talking about on these ferro rods, when you have like some wet weather conditions, okay, a YouTuber who goes by the handle of Native Survival, his name is also Mitch Mitchell. I've been following his channel for quite a while, and I watched this trick on season 1 of Alone when he was trying to get his fire started. Okay, and everything up there where they were working and practicing their skills at, doing the show, was soaking wet. And he took his ferro rod, okay, Mitch did, and did all these little scrapings off of it. Okay, I'm going to zoom this in just a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm talking about. I'm going to adjust this camera just a minute so you can see what I'm trying to do here. Okay, I'm sure others have done this trick on YouTube, but the first one that I really saw do this in a real world type scenario was Mitch Mitchell in on season 1 of Alone. Okay, you can see I'm just slowly scraping my ferro rod, okay, and I'm getting a good pile of this stuff off of this old ferro rod of mine. Okay, so when you're practicing your skills, when you want a ferro rod and you want to practicing all your skills for wood crafting, being out in the woods, you know, bushcrafting, practicing your survival skills and camping and all that, you really want one of these big ferro rods for that, so you can do this kind of stuff with it. Those smaller ones, you know, the ones that you can get, you know, that'll hang on your keychain, are really nice for that emergency. Okay, and you can do that with, you can do this very thing right here with those smaller ones. Okay, but to practice with it as often as I do with this one, or other ferro rods or other people do, you really want a big heavy one that you can do this kind of thing with, so you're not wearing one of those little ferro rods out all the time. Now, I'll show you what I mean here. See that? See how it just kind of lights up right there? Look at that. Okay, and you can get a bigger pile than that going. Okay, but this is just more for demonstration, but that gives you a lot of burn time to get some marginal temp. Using the edge of your knife. You can get a lot of these bigger curls off of it. Okay. There's nothing wrong with those curls right there. Okay, but they're almost too heavy to light with a ferro rod. So then you use the spine of your knife. Okay.